If you think you should choose a journal after you've written your paper, you're completely wrong. Selecting where to publish and when is not a formality. It's a strategic decision that can define your entire academic trajectory. Choose wrong and your work gets buried. Choose right and the same paper can change your career. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact process of when and how to identify, evaluate, and predict the best journals for your work using data, logic, and strategy. You'll learn how to avoid predatory publishers, spot journals on the decline, and make sure every paper you write becomes an asset to your reputation, not a liability. And by the end, I'll share a free guide that breaks down all the metrics you need to understand before you submit your next paper. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and tap the bell. I share strategies every week to help you publish smarter and build your scientific influence. I've published over 170 papers, served as associate editor of various journals, and mentored over 12,000 researchers worldwide. So when I say that your journal choice shapes how your work is perceived and cited, it comes from years of watching this play across disciplines. So I repeat this again. If you think you should choose your journal after you've written your paper, you're completely wrong. It's the opposite. Publishing is a process of reverse engineering. You need to know before you start writing where your paper could realistically land. Based on your results, your level of novelty, and the amount of data you have, you should already be thinking about the journals that would be the right fit for your article. Because if you start crafting a manuscript first and then try to adapt it to the expectations of different journals, you will end up super frustrated. You'll be rewriting endlessly, chasing different structures and cutting down sections that took you weeks to polish. Trust me, it's incredibly painful to write a manuscript that's 12,000 words long, only later realize that your target journal accepts a maximum of 8,000 or even worse, 6,000 words. So here's the mindset shift we need to embrace. You must become a visionary writer, someone who plans their publication strategically from the very beginning. Don't just pick one journal. Identify at least 5 suitable journals for your work, then aim for the highest ranked one first, see what happens. So here's step 1 in this process. Be realistic about your findings. Understand how much data you have, what's truly novel in your results, and what your main contribution is. Step 2, find the right journal. There are 2 main strategies for that. The first one is a direct search, exploring Scopus, Web of Science, or other databases. Within these databases, you can search by keywords, categories, or research clusters suggested by the system. This helps you identify the top journals that match your type of contribution. The second method is often more powerful. Take a close look at the papers you've been reading and citing recently, the ones that truly guided your research. Make sure they are from the last 3 to 5 years and then check where they were published. Those journals are your strongest leads because they already value the type of work you are producing. Once you've listed those journals, extract the key data for each. The CITA score within the Scopus system, their quartile in Scopus via Shimago journal ranking, their impact factor and quartile in the Web of Science through Clarivate. If you don't know what those metrics are, drop the word journal in the comment below and I'll send you a guide that breaks down all the key metrics you need to understand before choosing where to publish your paper. Now, compare. Which of these journals align best with your topic and which has the right balance between visibility and acceptance likelihood? But here is the real trick. Go through the past issue of each journal carefully. Check 2 things. Are they currently interested in your topic? Have they already published too much on it? If you find no paper remotely similar to yours, that's a red flag. It usually means that the topic is outside their scope and you'll probably struggle to get in. On the other hand, if the journal is oversaturated with papers similar to yours, it's unlikely they'll accept another one. Not because your work is not good, but because it won't stand out or get cited enough. So what you're looking for is the sweet spot. Journals that publish related works, but not too much of it. And that's exactly what we do inside the Autonomous Academic Accelerator, my signature program, where we help academics build their publication and citation strategy. We use the structured frameworks and data-driven methods to pinpoint the right journals for each type of contribution. In addition to choosing the right journal, there are a few crucial steps that can completely shape your scientific future. When you are at the early stages of your publication journey, full of excitement to finally see your name in print, it's very easy to make mistakes that will haunt your profile for life. I've seen this too many times brilliant researchers unknowingly publishing in predatory journals or even hijacked journals that stole legitimate titles. Some even paid publication fees without realizing the outlet was fraudulent. The results? Those papers stayed visible online permanently and damaged their academic credibility. Some were even accused of misconduct, not because they did something wrong intentionally, but because they didn't do their homework before submitting. So please, don't let this happen to you. Before submitting anywhere, make sure the journal is trustworthy and indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. Avoid outlets outside these ecosystems and stay away from publishers with a poor reputation. Some publishers have been semi-banned by national ministries of higher education in different countries. Having their journals on your profile can seriously undermine your credibility when applying for promotion, grants, or even postdoctoral opportunities. If you want to know more about the details of the predatory journals and how to spot them, watch this video. I have a dedicated set of insights on this specific topic. Now let's talk about quartiles. Always aim for Q1 and Q2 journals, the top 2 tiers of the scientific publishing. I know when you're starting out, it's tempting to publish in Q3 or Q4 just to get something out. But here's the truth. Sometimes having a Q4 paper on your profile is worse than having no paper at all. Why? Because your CV tells a story, and publication in low-impact journals can tell the wrong one. Your profile should reflect quality over quantity. Drop the word journal in the comments below and I'll send you a guide that breaks down all the key metrics you need to understand before choosing where to publish your paper. Another vital step, and this is one most researchers ignore, is to check the past performance of the journal. Ask yourself, is this journal growing or declining in its metrics? Is it a smart long-term investment for your publication record? Are its rankings improving or it's on the verge of slipping down? Here is why this matters. Imagine you need a Q1 or Q2 paper for your promotion or your PhD graduation. You publish in a journal that's currently Q2, but you never check its performance trend. Within months, its metrics drop and suddenly your Q2 publication becomes Q3. And just like that, you no longer meet the requirements. This happens far more often than people realize. So remember, it's not about luck. It's about doing your homework. You want journals that are not only strong now, but rising in performance, journals that are likely to hold or improve their quartile in the next cycle. Inside the Autonomous Academic Accelerator, we go deep into this. We teach exactly how to evaluate the trajectory of journals, whether they are growing, stable, or declining, so that you can make strategic publication decisions. Because publication is not just about getting accepted, it's about investing your data, your intellectual capital in the right place. So, to recap, always choose your journal before you craft your paper. Stick to Q1 and Q2 journals. Make sure they are indexed in Scopus or Web of Science, and always check their past performance. Ensure they are improving, not declining. If you do these 4 things consistently, you will build a clean, strong, and credible scientific profile, one that opens doors, not closes them. Have you ever published a paper that you later regretted, maybe because of the journal's reputation or ranking? Drop the word journal in the comments below, and I'll send you a guide that breaks down all the key metrics you need to understand before choosing where to publish your paper. And don't forget to watch this video to detect predatory or hijacked journals easily. If this video helped you see the publication process more clearly, give it a like. It tells YouTube this kind of academic content matters. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be the first to know when I release the next episode on building your publication and citation strategy. This is Prof. Samira Hosseini. Stay sharp, stay credible.